Hello everyone. I don't usually make my videos in English because all of my sources are in English. Therefore, I don't repeat what they say once again. But I'm going to do this one in your language because I have not heard what I'm going to tell you being said. And I have seen a lot of videos about AI. There are very popular works about how AI is taking jobs, how AI took my job, how I was fired because of AI, and there were other projections concerning AI and labor, and that there were going to be many problems, that it could replace I don't know how many millions of jobs and all of that. And that's not it. And I'm going to very briefly tell you several things, mainly what is the real problem, the real economic problem behind AI. So, what's the main problem? It is one, no matter how much you invest in AI, it will never give you growth. Never. If you invest $1 trillion, it doesn't give you growth at all. If you invest more, it doesn't give you growth due to the mechanics of its nature. Right now, the United States is the main economy of the planet, right? Everyone knows that. What's the structure of the economy of the United States? It is a services economy. Therefore, the United States has wonderful services. In comes AI, and it is not a client. Because it is not a client, no matter how much you multiply AI, it doesn't give you growth. What it does is something very different. So let's discuss an ideal scenarios to illustrate my point. Let's say you have a hamburger joint and you sell 100 hamburgers on a given period of time. It doesn't matter if it's an hour, a day's work, it's 20 minutes. It doesn't matter at all. You sell 100 hamburgers. Let's say on a day. On a day, you sell 100 hamburgers. And we are simplifying everything so that it is easier to understand. You can make it as complicated as you wish, using whatever numbers you wish, but respecting the mechanics. So you have a hamburger joint, you sell 100 hamburgers every day, and the hamburgers cost $100. Therefore, $100 is your income, and your expenses per every 100 hamburgers sold is 90. So your income is $10, right? Just to make it simple. 100 income, $10. That's it. Then comes AI. Let's say that it is the most perfect and wonderful AI ever created for a hamburger joint. It knows everything, it can touch everything, and it helps. It helps how much? It saves you expenses. Let's say that your workers, through AI education, learn how to manage oil better. They were using or misusing oil, and whatever. The point is that you were misusing oil, AI comes and it teaches you better how many times do you have to change it per day, it regulates the temperature better, whatever you wish. And it helps with little details everywhere. No one's fired. Absolutely everything works. It is wonderful. It makes everyone happier. Everyone. It is awesome. How many hamburgers do you sell? 100. 100. It does not change the dynamic of the market. It cannot do that. However, because everything is positive, there is a result. You had 100, right, of income, and you had 90 of expenses. AI helped you wonders. You have reduced your expenses by 10. Therefore, you have income. You have expenses at 80, which means that your previous income of just 10 has doubled. Now it is 20. That's what it can do. Let's dream. That's what it can magically do. That is not growth. It is never growth. It is a shuffling of the cards. It is a redirection or redirecting of the flow of markets. Therefore, the money was here thanks to AI. Now it is here. That's it. It is a rearrangement of the chairs, but it is not growth. Some people are going to say, but that's positive enough. That helps. That helps. I want my income to double. It doesn't happen that way. That's not how it is. That extra income had to come from a gaining of efficiency. Wherever that efficiency was gained, something was lost. Maybe now the old company, the company that sold oil to your hamburger joint, will make less money because they are going to sell you less oil. How much? They are going to lose 10. Therefore, it doesn't give you growth. The money saved due to streamlining, due to a gaining of efficiency, is lost somewhere. And you can apply this to no matter how much money you put into AI. Therefore, the problem is huge, because it is different. What it does, it's completely different. Allow me just to mention one thing. No one can lose a job to AI. That's not how it works. When you invent a hammer, a thing that you used to bang on nails, a hammer. When you invent a hammer, no person on earth is saying, oh my God, I'm going to lose my job to that thing. That does not happen. What happens is that people become more productive and better at doing whatever with a hammer, because it is a very useful tool. AI is useful. It is so useful. It is really useful. How many times have you been helped by AI? In my searches, Gemini helps me all the time, and it is useful if you know the answer. If you know the answer, it helps a lot. It is useful. That is not going to take anybody's work. Therefore, the problem is something different. Tool, because AI is a tool. A tool. It cannot be something different. It is just a tool. A tool helps. It gives people more work. Allow me to give you an example. There is this AI, they say, that is making chemical compounds, and it is working wonderfully. It is doing this and that and that and that and that. Awesome, awesome. If that AI can create chemical compounds, it probably does everything as fast as AI does its things everywhere else. It's writing, it's drawing, whatever. Therefore, you have a lot of chemical compounds that a lot of people are going to have to do. After being discriminated by a human being that tells you this is absurd, this is something, because we all know that they talk about how AI hallucinates, right? That's not the right word. It makes mistakes, huge mistakes. That's what hallucination means with AI. Therefore, if you're making chemical compounds with AI, chances are it also hallucinates. Anyway, I wanted to share that, and I wanted to share that in English because I have not heard it anywhere else. The main economic problem behind AI is that it does not give you growth. Not one. Allow me to give you a real example before I leave. Google Ads. Google Ads are a source of income, right? Or allow me to give you another one. Let's change it. YouTube videos. YouTube videos. You make a lot of AI slop, or you make wonderful, beautiful, incredibly creative, amazing AI videos, or videos with AI. You, man, you rock. You rock. And you're making videos. It doesn't matter. Even if you become wealthy through it, AI is not a viewer. It doesn't give you growth, and it doesn't give you more ads, more ad value. The ad value simply redirects itself. It comes from here to there. That's all it is. And you can apply the same concept, the same reality to Google Ads. People just read the Gemini paragraphs instead of visiting the website, and therefore there is less people watching the ads on the website. That's it. Well, anyway, thank you. Maybe see you next time. Watch my other videos. Make automatic systems work for you doing the translation. Thank you for your time.